Aloha, Rich Alverson here. This is ICS321, fall 2023. This is the first video of the semester. And so this is just going to introduce you to the syllabus and so on. Let me share my screen. All right, so let me close these other windows here. So if you go to La Lima, you should see your course up here, ICS321. If you don't see it, you should click over here in the little 9 buttons there, and you should find it here. If you don't find it here, then just email me, and we'll put you in until we can figure that out. All right, so here's the syllabus. It's this online asynchronous, which means there aren't going to be any scheduled classes. If you want to meet with me, we can do it over Zoom. This is my Zoom address. I also can go into Manoa if you need me to. I have an office over at KCC. KCC is a little bit more convenient for me, but also maybe for you because parking is free, and you get to park right up next to my building and so on. Nice facilities over there. This is the textbook here. It's an online textbook. If you click on here, you can see this is the textbook, and we would cost $89. You pay for it once, and it's good for as long as you're taking the course. If you should happen to need an incomplete at the end of the semester, you can get an extension to take you through the end of your to the end of how much time you have to finish your incomplete. This is the syllabus that we're doing everything in the textbook. There's 3 types of activities in the textbook. I'll go over those in a moment. This is the breakdown of the grading. There's these 3 types of activities in the textbook, and those are all auto-graded. And then there's these SQL projects, which are also auto-graded. And I'll go over all those. Make sure you make sure you fill out the weekly participation verification, because I need to know that you're actually going to take the class. If I don't hear from you, or if you don't purchase the textbook, or if you don't fill this out, or then I have to mark that you're not participating, and then to get you back in if it was a mistake, it's kind of hard to do. But we can do it. Here, this is a link to the textbook. Here are the assignments. I've posted all the assignments, and you can go through these. Go through those in a moment. This is the grading assistant. When you do your assignments, this thing will grade them for you. We should actually pop this out into a new link. I'm going to pop this out into can I do that real quick right now? Let's see. ICS321 grading assistant. All right, now when we refresh this page, this pops out into a new window, and you type in your cPanel username. Each of you is going to get a web server, and the first assignment explains how you access your web server. And that's all been set up for everybody already. These are the resources. These are all the video playlists for all the previous times I've taught this course. And pretty much every exercise that you need to do is it's described, or I give you, significant hints. I practically do them for you in a video a playlist sometime in the past. And you can see some of these video playlists are longer than others, and the good news is that some are short. The good news is in the assignments, there's links. There should be links to every one. And if there's not, then email me, and I'll either find the link because it's not here, or There's a couple at the very end. I think there's a couple in assignment 5 that I don't give super good. There's a video here. Not all of this exercise not all of these exercises are in a video, but there should be enough for you to figure it out. In this particular assignment, you're writing APIs on your server to access your database. And so you're going to hit your server with either a Python program, which I take you through so you can get exposed to a little bit of Python. You don't have to know Python to do it, but you will be exposed to it. And PHP. You may not have had PHP yet either, and you'll get exposed to that. So I sort of take you through them and give you most of the code, and you should be able to figure the rest out. Let's take a quick look at the textbook. And I think I got the textbook over here. Let me go back to my library. This one. And so I'll take you through these different kinds of exercises. Let's see. Let's start with if you click on reporting, when you sign up, you'll be able to click on reporting. You can see your progress on all of these different exercises, activities that you need to do. Participation activities, you simply click through them. It's a good idea to watch this. For participation activities, you just click through them, you pay attention, click through them, and once you click through them all, you will. Explains different types of public data sets, and you click through, you read it, understand it, and you get the check mark, and then you get the points. That's easy. These participation activities, you just need to pay attention and just drag through them, and you just keep on doing them until you get them right, and that way you get all the points. Let's see. NASA cancer research. Anyway, go through those, and when you get them all correct, then you get the points. These are participation activities, and these quizzes, you just click on it until you get the right answer. You should be, paying attention, and you learn. They're actually very easy questions. Anyway, that's how you learn. And then there are also challenges, and they look like, I think there's one in the next section. Right here. Here is a challenge. And now with challenge activities, they don't give you the you keep on doing them until you get the right answer. And if you get the wrong answer long enough, it starts to repeat back again. And so you should be able to with enough tries. There's no limit on the number of tries. You should be able to get all the points. So here, for example, if we start this up, it says, we learn a little bit about query languages, about insert statements. This is an SQL insert statement. And here we are inserting into this table, which is this table. We're inserting these values. And in an insert statement, unless it's otherwise specified, the order of the values is the order that you declared the columns of your table, or the fields of your table. And so this inserts Barbados, Bridgetown, 1966 and 200. And so what is the row's independence year? Well, that would be this third one. That would be this one. And so we pick 1966, and then we get the right answer. See, so on. And you click through these, and each time you get all the points. And when you're all done, you get all the points, and that's how you get points for the challenge activities. If you get the wrong answer, then it gives you another chance. Result: how many capitals? Well, it's all the countries where the area is less than 5,400. Well, that would be 54,000. That's this one. That's this one. That's this one. That's three countries. Okay, so let's put the wrong number here. Let's put 2. And C gets the wrong answer. Expected 3. Well, here, let's see what it says for next. Okay, it actually did change the question. So independence year of less than 1900. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm sorry. 1, 2, just 2 is less than 1900. So that would be 2. And now I got the right answer. So those are challenges. The last one, the last kind are these labs. Now, this particular lab has you go through and install this MySQL workbench on your computer, on your personal computer. You don't have to do that. I give you the server, and I give you the server, and you can do all of the Sequila exercises on your server. If you go back to your the resources, and I believe the last, go to the summer 2023. Do I give you a good no, this is a different assignment. I believe it might be this one. Let me just pause this for a second here. I'm going to find it for you. Okay, go to the fall 2022 video playlist. Fall 2022. And this is the lab 1.6. If you click on here and go through this, it takes you through lab 1.6, takes you the instructions. Anyway, what you end up doing is installing the Sequila database on the server. Okay, and that as opposed to installing the Sequila database on your personal computer. And the intention is that you do all of the Sequila exercises on your personal computer, and there are a few of them, not that many. And if you're having trouble doing, I've taught it this way for a couple of semesters, and if you have any problems doing it, you just ask me, and I'll correct it. I'll fix it so you can do it in Java on your server. Let's see. I'm wondering where. I think they're earlier here where. Yeah, here's a Sequila one where you're doing multiple joins with aggregate on Sequila. So so in this course, it's the important thing that you learn out of this course is SQL, and you have to leave this course knowing SQL. And then I want you to know a little bit about relational database, and normal forms is important. So we start out right off with create statements and creating tables, creating and altering database tables. And then we learn about the select statement, the insert statement, and the update statement. Very simple. These labs are great. You just read the instructions, type the SQL statement in here, and click run program, and you're able to debug it. And then when you're finally ready, you click on submit mode, and then you can submit that, and it grades it for you. And again, you can submit it as many times as you want to. I encourage that. Make incremental changes as you're developing your code, and you see that things work as you go along. And there's no limit to the number of times that you can submit your work. So in theory, you should be able to get all the points. And So there are videos for these also. These videos here are also available in the um, in the video playlist in here. And I have a I will help you connect those. There are the labs, the videos to help you with the textbook labs. There are videos to help you with the textbook labs, and I will identify those videos for them. I have them in a spreadsheet, and I didn't post it up here, but I'll tell you about those next time. So those are the so the textbook takes you through all of the principles, and you pretty much learn everything that you need to know about SQL. Here's relational databases, and then here we learn about normal forms. You break down a big table into a bunch of smaller tables to ensure you ensure referential integrity and so on, and that values that a particular value is in only one place, like a person's salary is only in one table, and then you use joins to combine up smaller tables into larger tables for reports and so on. And that's what normal forms have to do with. You use these aggregate functions and joins to accomplish that. There are subqueries where you have a select statement, and then within the select statement there are other select statements. There's closures. SQL's it's closed, so that means you can have SQL statements within SQL statements within SQL statements, and it all works. And then we're going to learn about how to embed SQL in programming languages, and we're going to learn SQL has its own procedural language, and they're called stored procedures and triggers. And so here we learn about the language, the SQL language for writing programs that are embedded into the database itself, and can do things like inserts and selects and so on. And then we learn about that in, let me go back to the assignments. That would be, am I in the right? Oops, I'm in the wrong thing here. Let's see. Let me go to this one. If you look at the assignments, the first assignment is making sure you know how to access your server. And this, well, here's the video on installing the Sequila database. That's linked to it. I wonder if that's the same one I linked to. And all of the tables. I don't remember if it is or not, because I actually did a couple of videos on that one. And then you're going to have to be able to run PHP programs on your server. So this is just, I give you a little simple PHP program for you to run in your server. And then here I give you a little Python program that you just put it on your server and you run it. Make sure you got all the permissions correct and everything. This shows you how to run from the terminal application in your server. I can show you, like mine is Richard H. at ICS321.org. Yours is your username.ics321.org. And when you're all done, you're going to have some programs there. But to get at that, you go to the cPanel, and your username is something like RCHA and then 321, because some students take more than one class from me. So it's the first 5 letters, first 5 characters of your UH username followed by 321, because this course is ICS321. And then you put your password in there, and I don't know what mine is, but I think it might be. And let's see if that's correct. Looks like it is. Your password is going to be X is the first character of your last name, and Y is the first character of your first name, lowercase. So my name is Richard Halverson, so my letters are capital H for Halverson, lowercase r for Richard, HR, and then this is my 8 digits from my my UH 8-digit number, which I have access to that, so, and no one else should, so that's that number, followed by percent hashtag exclamation point. And once you log in, it's going to look like this. And you can change your password if you want to someplace around here. You can change your password if you want to someplace. Anyway, and we are going to, the file manager is where you write your programs, you enter in your programs. This is your root directory. Programs that are viewable and executable are in your public HTML, and these are the 2 programs that you saw. This is the first assignment, is creating these 2 programs and putting them in here. And then that's the file manager. And also there's the terminal is where you can execute your programs by hand. So like, for example, this is, and you have to know a little bit of Linux for this. This is the root directory, and I'm going to go into public HTML here, cd public HTML. Okay, now I'm in the public HTML directory, which has got these 3 programs, test PHP and test PY. You saw those right here when we go to Richard H. These are the 2 programs here. And from the terminal, you can execute them. I can do PHP test.php, and does that work? Oh yeah, here, this is executed. And then Python is PYTHON3, Python 3, I put the 3 there, test.py. And that, my Python program executes. The programs should also execute from here. I should be able to click on this, and you see it executes. And I should be able to click on this, and it executes. And then when I go to here, I'm talking about going to the grading assistant, and I type in my cPanel username, and then my password. And I click on PHP test, submit, and it executes it, and I got all the points. And I can go back to this one. Why did I type this in? Got that right. And this does my Python test. The Python test actually does a little bit more. It goes in and does some housekeeping just in case you didn't do it. It makes sure that you don't have line feeds at the end of your character turn. It actually goes in and does a couple of things. It logs into your logs in as you, switches to the public HTML directory, does execute this command to take away all the carriage returns after each line, which could happen. And this makes sure they're not there. This makes sure the permissions are correct to be able to execute it, and this simply lists it. So this is what it looks like listed out, so that way you can see if you got everything in there right, if you want to. And then when I grade it, I see this too. And then it just tests everything and says I got all the points. So that's how you get your points. And there's a testing thing for all of them. For all of them. So, and so you know what's going on, just so you can see that this sort of parallels the textbook. There you learn that. Here, this Garden Glory, you're actually building a database called Garden Glory, and it's got 4 tables in it, 5 tables in it, and it tells you how to set everything up, but everything, and it just tells you what the field type should be and everything. You set all this up, and I think I give you something. I could give you a bunch of insert statements here. What is this going to be now? Yeah, here's a bunch of insert statements. So I help you. You can execute the insert statements. You just run them in your window. You want to take a look at that? Let's go here. In your server, you're going to be here and go back to this main cPanel. You click on MySQL databases, and that's how you create a database. I've got these created already. And then you go back to back here and you click on phpMyAdmin. This is all documented. And this is how you get to your database. And here's my databases in here. And click on here. And here's my Sequila database that I've already uploaded and installed. And to get this up here, you just execute an SQL. So you just dump a bunch of SQL code right in here and execute it. And anyway, the video shows you how to do that. So anyway, so you start out by installing, by setting up this database, and then there's a bunch of SQL statements that you have to execute, or that you have to write. And those are, for example, right here. Here's the SQL questions. So you click on this. Oh, I got to type my password in. And these are all the SQL statements. And so this is where you do them. You just click on the first one, and it's real easy. Okay, so write an SQL statement to list all the columns and rows of owner table. Well, I think that is just select employee. Select asterisk from employee. It doesn't need select statements don't need to be capitalized, but I think the table name has to be capitalized. Anyway, so is this the right answer? Oh, which owner? Oops, I meant to say owner. There we go. Got all the points. So I shows you the table now. And then I would go on to the next one. And this was do all the ones for select all the columns and rows for owned property. Select asterisk from owned property. See, so they're pretty easy, but they get more difficult. Now when you go back to the list here, we see we got the points. But some of them here are a little bit more difficult. Here we got, this is more complicated. Anyway, so that's the third. So that's part 2 of Garden Glory. And now let's go back to the next assignment, which is number 3. And here again, we're setting up a database. I tell you how to do everything. And then we do some SQL stuff, because we do a lot of SQL in this class because you got to know SQL. And then we implement a trigger. And what this trigger does is it will auto increment CLI. It explains it when you insert something into this other table, you should be incrementing this number, and this trigger takes care of that for you. And I give you the trigger here, and you just put it in it. Then you watch the video, it tells you where to put it. There's a video here, video here. Click on the video, and it tells you how to put the trigger in there. And then another video here telling you how to put the stored procedure in. Here, this video. This is the stored procedure. First, you put this in. This information, whatever. This is the stored procedure. But there's a bunch of places where you're supposed to put, there's missing statements. And oh, by the way, all the missing statements are down here. So you just got to find which missing statement goes where. Okay. Yeah, and you can submit as many times as you want. Here's a picture. There's a spreadsheet of the database of the tables, and there's some SQL, which you can use to load up the database, create statements and insert statements to make it easier for you. Okay, so that's the third one, assignment 3. Assignment 4 is another one where we set up a database, and here we're learning a little bit more about, you know, their BCNF form, and third normal form and BCNF and so on. And this, you end up, this trigger ends, this table is not in BCNF because the place is dependent on the cuisine. The cuisine defines, so the place, no, the place determines the cuisine. This place determines this cuisine. That's the irony thing is the same. And so this is not in BCNF because you have a non-key field determining a key partial key field and so on. So anyway, so then you can convert it into a BCNF, which means you just split it up into 3 tables. And then you're gonna throw a trigger in there to keep something from happening, and then you're gonna throw another trigger in there to help keep something from happening. And then we're gonna throw a store procedure in there. So when we add a new place, it makes sure that it's maintains its referential integrity and so on. And so we set up, there's an actual transaction that we set up here. It tells you all how to do it. And then we have an exception when there's a rollback in case we're inserting along, we realize we're doing something wrong, and then we have to roll it all back. That's what this assignment here helps you understand. Nice video takes you through it. And then the last assignment here is, these are APIs, which where you create PHP programs and then Python programs to do exactly the same thing. So I show you how to do one, I show you how to do a PHP one, and then I give you the template in Python and you fill it in. Then the next one, I show you the Python code and template to fill in the PHP and so on. So it's not very difficult to figure it out. But I actually do have some videos taking you all the way through all of them. I'll find where they are. These only take you through half. The videos here only take you through half of it. Half of them, I'm not sure where I say where the videos are. Here's one video. So you get to learn, and here, this is PHP. PHP, all the variable names start with a $sign. And this is how you connect inside your PHP, how you connect it to connect it to SQL, and you can execute SQL statements from inside your PHP. And for Python, same thing. You connect to your SQL, MySQL server inside your Python, and you're able to execute SQL inside Python. All right, so that's it. Grading Assistant Classic. Here's where you get all your points. It's all auto graded. Everything's got to be done by the end of the finals. By the end of finals week, everything has to be done. So these due dates are recommended due dates. You don't, if you need to take more time, you don't have to email me or anything. It's next time I upload the grades, I'll get previous, work that you did from before. Whenever I upload the grades, I start way back from the very beginning. So let's, you could, in theory, you could wait till finals week and do everything. Of course, that's not recommended, and of course you won't finish, but so don't do that. But if you should do that, there won't be any points taken off, because the last time I do the grade, the upload, from Zybooks and from what the auto grader, from my auto grader, from here, everything gets updated. All right, so that takes us through the syllabus, and I will announce if I'm going to do a lecture, that you're all welcome to join. I'll send out an announcement. Otherwise, I will do periodic lectures just to keep everything up to date, and to help you with references to how to do stuff from previous that I did in previous semesters, or if there's something new. I didn't change anything since the last time I taught the course. The last time I taught the course was this summer. I actually did change something. I took something out. So it's I guess this semester it's going to be slightly easier than it was in the summer. But it's quite common for everybody to get all the points. So getting an A plus, if you get 100% of the points, you get an A plus. That's not uncommon to get an A plus from me. And you just got to be persistent. And if you happen to be somebody that puts everything off to the last minute, as long as you end up doing it, then you're all right. I was kind of that way. And so, you get it all done, you get all the points, nobody will ever know you waited till the last minute. So anyway, hope this helps. If you have any questions, texting me is the easiest way to get a hold of me. I've posted my cell number on the syllabus, and first time you text me, just let me know who you are. I'll add you to my contacts. So hope this helps. Thanks for watching.